Hey, welcome back to Turning Up the Volume with Allison Carter. I am your host, Allison Carter, and today is a little coffee time, story time. So sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. Allison Carter Celebrates, my business, is going to be 5 this year, this month, February. At the end of February, February 26th, my little business baby is turning 5, and I get asked a lot how I started my business, how I got into this, how it's evolved, how it's changed, and all of that. So I thought it would be a fun video to do in celebration for my BIZ birthday. Is a whole hand. And share my story and share the bumps and the highs and the crazy lows and all the in-between moments of how I got from mom of a 3 and a 6-month-old, hustling at nap time on a laptop that didn't even belong to me, to where I am today, a multiple 6-figure entrepreneur who has a product-based business, an online business, a coaching business, and I plan events. So if you are interested in hanging out a little bit, grab a cup of coffee, find a cozy spot, and let's chat. I was a mom of a 3-year-old and a 6-month-old. My daughter was 3, my son was 6 months old. I had a really, really hard time transitioning from 1 kid to 2 kids, but I in no way was searching for a job, an entrepreneur, nothing like that was ever on my mind. And so I think that's a difference of a lot of people, where I was this mom who was 100% drowning, not happy, had completely lost herself, had a lot of anxiety, mild depression. But I wasn't like looking at people that were building businesses. I didn't even really know that was a thing. I knew what entrepreneurs were, but at that time, almost 5 years ago, I didn't know that this whole like online business world existed. And so I had a conversation with my girlfriends. I have really a great, strong group of girlfriends where we all have kids around the same age. And we were talking one day on our Facebook Messenger thread about birthday parties for our second kids. So our second babies were all born within weeks, if not like just a couple short months of each other. And so we were kind of like claiming dates, like, okay, I'm going to take Sunday and this is what Hudson's is going to be. And okay, you take this. And my one really great girlfriend, is a working mom. So she was full-time tech world, boss, corporate job. And she was like, oh, I just don't even think I have it in me to plan my daughter's birthday party. And so this is the scene that this was in, okay? In our old house, we had what we called the movie room. It was like a dark cave with a projection and a big screen on the wall, a huge sectional. I was in there. Both my babies were napping. I was in that room on my phone, eating something for lunch, who even knows, just lying there watching TV, trying to get through another day of momming at home. Something in me said, let me do it. Let me plan the party. I would love to help. I have always loved planning parties. I love the hunt. I love the thinking of the ideas. I love more than anything everybody that I love being in one spot at one time. I get to look at everybody who's important to me and be like, wow, I created this moment. I gave them this experience. It is like heaven for me. So I was like, I can plan a party for someone else. Totally, sure. And she was like, are you sure? Like, do you really want to do that? And I was like, I literally am doing nothing. So yeah, I would love to use my brain in this way. I go grab my husband's laptop and I'm like, okay, fiesta party. Lots of ideas. How am I going to get those ideas into my friend's head? Google Slides. Didn't even have PowerPoint on my laptop. There was Keynote because it's a Mac, but I didn't even know what that was. So I Googled PowerPoint. Google Slides came up. I was like, boom, done. Google Slides it is. I threw a couple ideas on that document. I pulled some images, screenshotted, and then I thought, well, she's really busy and she has a big job and 2 kids. And so I need to help her shop this party. So what I then did for those images is you have that beautiful picture in Pinterest that you see and you're like, God, I would never be able to figure out how to set that table up. Or I wonder where they got that runner or that cake stand or something like that. So I took the pictures, the inspiration pictures for the parties and my ideas, and I made all of the links clickable. I made the whole document, the whole PDF interactive. So you were able to click and it would take you to the listing of that cake stand, or it would take you to a runner on Amazon that I found was similar, or those paper plates, or that recipe. I curated the whole party to best fit the needs of my friend who was crazy busy. Didn't have time to think, needed it done for her. So I was like, oh, that was so fun. Oh my God, I loved that. Emailed it to her, didn't even think anything about it. Like, well, that was a fun little like box to check, like back to Housewives now. So I sent her that email and she opened it and she was like, this is like amazing. This is exactly what I needed. You should do this for more people. And I was like, no one's like gonna do anything with this. Like, blah, 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 brush it off, brush it off. Word got out in the circle that I was starting to plan these parties in this way. And a couple other friends asked me if I could do it for them. And so I said, sure. Little did I know I was building my inventory for what would turn into an Etsy shop. So fast forward a couple months, actually not even, like maybe 2 weeks, I opened an email from this blogger that I had followed, and it was her promoting a program called BSchool. It was an online business program that basically taught the ins and outs of running a successful online business. Social media, how to build a website, what an email list is, like all of these things, these foundational things for building a business. How to even know what your numbers are, how to know how to charge, what price to charge things, all this stuff. So it was like $2,000. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is everything that I need, but it's $2,000. And my husband was like, I don't know, like maybe you should just try like planning these parties and seeing if it's even something that someone would be interested in, and then maybe next year doing it. And I'm like, no, I'm not waiting another year. I was in. I loved the feeling that I got from accomplishing something, for doing this party, for using my brain in a way that I hadn't used it for a while. I was a teacher before I became a mom, and I loved the creativity that teaching is. I loved the thinking of new lesson plans. I loved the teaching new skills. I loved the creative approaches and the different ways to solve problems and looking at each kid individually and deciding what they need. I missed that. I really missed that. And I didn't realize until that moment when I was fighting with my husband over buying a $2,000 online program from some chick I didn't even know, but she looked like she knew what she was talking about. And I thought, clearly my gut is telling me that this is something that I need to do. So I said, whatever, this can be my birthday present. Okay. And it was like, this is not about the money. It was about my husband thinking, is this something that you actually really want to do? Do you have time to like take this on and all this stuff. So anyways, long story short, I bought the program. I took the program, bought the Etsy shop. Then I was thinking, well, this program is telling me I need a website. Boom, I'm going to build a website. I am someone who dives in. If I make a decision, I'm in. I'm all in. I'm ready to roll. So I started listing these parties. I started selling these parties. I started kind of getting a name for myself. I started realizing that I needed to expand my name. I was planning this party in a new way, and every time I talked to a mom and told her what I was doing, she was like, that is such a brilliant idea. I need that. And I was like, you do need that. She's like, I've never heard of somebody doing that before. I always thought if you hired a party planner, it would be like thousands of dollars. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not coming to your house. You know, I'm not spending every weekend planning these parties in person. I'm like the curator. I'm the idea generator. I am the person who puts all the thought together and then gives it to you, pass the baton, and you get to, you know, set it all up and take all the credit and then, you know, share it with your friends that you got all these ideas from this chick named Allison. That was the whole goal. And so I thought, visibility. What can I do to expand my name? How can I make more people know me? I jumped on Pinterest right away. I took advantage of Pinterest and things started taking off because parties and Pinterest, match made in heaven. Then I started thinking, I wonder if I could get into media. I wonder if me sitting here with a couple $1,000s in sales, but a lot to give, wonder if I could get featured in major media. So I was in a Facebook group and there was a girl that was asking to have features for a Forbes article that she was writing. And so she was asking for people to share their stories. And so I was like, this is my chance. I'm going to write her a pitch. Didn't know how to write a pitch at all. I wrote her that email with the intention of her saying no. That was what I thought was going to happen. I wrote my pitch email. I gave it my all. I did my dang best writing that email and sharing my story and how I can serve her audience and really putting myself out there as an expert as best as I could. And I thought to myself, I'm going to send this email and she's going to say, yeah, right, thanks, but no thanks. And I was going to email her back and say, what could I have done better? Can you give me 5 minutes of your time to give me some feedback on this pitch so I can learn how to perfect it and continue to pitch myself to other media publications? She said yes. I got featured in Forbes from the pitch that I wrote because I took a chance on myself. I believed in the value that I had to offer and I pitched myself. Was it the best pitch? Hell no. She liked my story. She thought my story resonated with other people. And if I didn't think that I wasn't ready, I would have kicked myself because that Forbes article opened a ton of doors for me and it gave me credibility behind my business. It gave me a little social proof. It gave me a little, well, Forbes is like talking about this girl. Maybe we want to start learning a little bit more about this girl. And it snowballed. It snowballed into writing for places like Martha Stewart, Better Homes and Gardens, Real Simple, Oprah Magazine, CNN, like being on TV for our local news. It snowballed into a lot of extra things. And that visibility goal has been my goal for 4+ years up until now, up until this year, where this year, my word is authority and it's stepping into being an expert in the celebration space, being an expert in teaching other women how to grow their businesses and get more visibility for their businesses too. So it's this transition that's happening from me in the old movie room with my husband's laptop on a Google Slides font choices that they had in the program to building it out to what it has been. So I had the party plans, and then a lot of people, another credibility marker that I stuck in my cap was the Memories and Moments podcast. So as I was doing these parties, I was getting a lot of emails and DMs on social media about what I did for other aspects of mom life outside of just parties. And so I thought, okay, party blogging looks like a lot of work. Like it's setting up all these parties where no one's even coming. It's having like a blank white room that I can do anything with. And like, I have babies. I'm not like, what? Taking photos all day, like working with brands, like, wow, that just seems like way too much work and not me. And so I was like, I am my best sharing. I am my best talking, shooting the shit. That's where I'm at my best. Podcast. I was like, I'm not blogging. I'm doing a podcast because a podcast, I can talk to people. I can be social. I can be learning from other people. I can be bringing in other experts. I can be sharing my own expertise in a way that I can control, in a way that I want. And then I can be writing show notes for my blog to get traffic and SEO to build that out and everything like that. The podcast really took off. The podcast was very popular. I made a name for myself in this space of making moms' lives easier and a hell of a lot more fun. I gave a ton of tips. The podcast Memories and Moments, it's on iTunes. You can listen to it, you go binge it out. I am no longer uploading episodes because I am invested in growing this YouTube channel, turning up the volume. But the podcast was a really great springboard to what eventually brought me to what I'm doing now, which is those party plans really transitioned into a subscription box. COVID, shocker, killed party plans. I still sell party plans every now and then. I barely talk about them. They get sold from people searching the party theme on Google and my SEO having a party plan come up. My race car party plan is my most popular plan, and that is because it ranks number 1 on Google. So you search race car party, Allison Carter Celebrates party plan comes up. People download that party plan. I do that for a lot of different themes as well. Pinterest helps with that. It kind of is a completely passive branch to my business that I do nothing with because so much of my time and energy goes into boxes. So as people were listening to the podcast, they were like, God, your ideas are so fun. We love your ideas, but you know what would be so nice if you could just do it for us? Like that would be awesome. Like do it for me. And then I could just enjoy that time with my kids. And I'm like, well, yeah, that does sound nice, doesn't it? Like that would be real nice. And thinking, I do not want a product-based business at all. Inventory, overhead, fulfillment, all things I had no idea how to do. I had no idea how to approach them. It was out of my wheelhouse. But people kept asking. And you know the secret in business? Listen to your people. Your people ask you for what they need. So I listened and I tried it. And I said, okay, listen up, crew. I'm going to do a Halloween box. It's going to have crafts. It's going to have activities. It's going to have cute paper plates and napkins and all the things for you to celebrate Halloween with your family. That's what it's going to be. I think I priced it at like $45 or $50 or something like that. I had 30 boxes. I hid it because I thought that a subscription box, people wanted it to be a surprise. Spoiler alert, moms don't like that. If you're buying a box for yourself, like a self-care box or a treat box or something like that, then maybe the element of surprise is something fun. Moms like that the kids are surprised what's in their box. They want to know what it is they're paying for and putting in front of their kids. First lesson learned when it came to boxes. So crickets. Nobody bought them. And I was like, dang you people. I put this out there after you have been asking me this for months and you're not buying it now? So they're like, we don't know what's in it. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe that was my fault. So took a bunch of pictures, figured out how to do like white tag board in my backyard, busted out some photos for the Halloween box, put them up. They started to sell. I got a lot of feedback based on that first box. I decided I have to continue on because I have to do Christmas. Like if I'm really going to know if this is something I want to do, I have to do Christmas. So I did Christmas and Christmas really took off. I sold hundreds of boxes. I was able to donate 60 boxes to the Ronald McDonald House of Seattle for kids that were spending the holidays at Ronald McDonald House instead of home. And then I was like, okay, well, hot damn, maybe I got something. Maybe I've got something in this Memories and Moments Unwrapped. So Memories and Moments Unwrapped was a direct give and a direct play off of Memories and Moments, my podcast, because you're unwrapping all of the fun little tidbits that you learn in that podcast. It's just in your hands and it's tangible. So boxes have continued to grow and grow and grow. I made them a subscription the following February. So this is going to be my third year of my subscription box being a subscription. This will be my third Valentine's Day, just went out. And it's been a crazy ride. It's been really fun. It's been very challenging. It's been very stressful. It's been a lot of lessons learned, but I am so grateful for the ride that I'm on because it has given me the opportunities to play. And it's given me the opportunities to step into my wheelhouse of going back to my teacher roots and now teaching other small businesses how to diversify their revenue and how to sell more products and how to get more visible and how to get credibility behind their back and really step into building what it is that they want to build when it comes to their business. I've got an event that's coming up in May that is for product-based businesses that are really wanting to sell and scale and grow and take their business to the next level of selling. And that's going to be in Scottsdale, Arizona, May 11th and 12th. And who knows? That could totally be something that's reoccurring. So from that mom that was sitting on her couch, on her phone, on Facebook Messenger, having a conversation with her friends, to then opening a website, to then called Confetti Party Plans, by the way. It wasn't Allison Carter Celebrates right off gate. Whoop, whoop, for all you OGs that were there when the Confetti Party Plans land. Transitioning to Allison Carter Celebrates, to starting a podcast, to getting their business featured in major media outlets, to starting a physical product that now employs stay-at-home moms in her community to help them make some extra money and do something with their hands and get out of the house once a month and hang out with other moms, to now coaching other small businesses, to now hosting 100-person events. Like, it just continues to snowball. And thank God I told my friend I would plan that party for her, because I have never been more fulfilled or more knowing that I feel at home with exactly what I'm doing. I know in my soul that I am meant to help moms and I am meant to help business owners make the business that they want to have and teach them how to have fun with their kids while doing it. I know this is what I'm meant to do. And if I didn't take a chance on myself and I didn't say yes to that initial conversation, who knows where I would be right now? I'd probably be back teaching. And right now, who the hell would want to be a teacher? So I thank myself every single day for saying yes and taking a chance on myself and believing in myself and the skills that I have and the creativity that I have and the joy and the gift that it is every single day to build something out of literally nothing and to watch it grow and to mold it and to make it be this thing that's so much bigger already than I ever could have imagined it being, that will just continue to grow to like mind-blowing lengths. And it's just as cool. So that's my story. Hopefully you finished your coffee by now. That is how Allison Carter Celebrates came to be. And that's how I am here and why I'm here talking to you and serving up tips and tricks and hacks on being that fun mom and enjoying the life that you want to enjoy. Because if we're not happy, they're not happy. So the moral of that story is figure out a way to be happy. Nobody said you have to start a business, but if it's something that is on your heart and it's something that you are questioning or feeling pulled to do, lean into that a little bit. Experiment, play. You can do it for very little money also, and try and dip your toe and just see what happens. Open an Instagram page, open an Etsy shop, start collecting emails, start posting pictures of your product on your Facebook, start sharing it with your neighbors. You just have to start. It's one foot in front of the other, and you figure it out as you go. I have figured out basically every giant thing I've done in my business. I've figured out some way or another. And I have a crew behind me that is insanely supportive in helping me along the way get to where I want to be. So that's my wish for you, is I hope life is too short. I hope that you are doing something that is so fulfilling to you. And if there's something that you feel like, I feel like there's a little bit more, explore that. This is your permission to explore that, because if I didn't explore that, I can't imagine how different my life would be. That's the story of ACC. Thank you for being here. I've got lots of fun videos coming up in the next few weeks, all kinds of mom tips and tricks and hacks for turning up the volume to make your life easier and a hell of a lot more fun. I cannot thank you enough for being here. Please subscribe to the show. You get a notification every Wednesday when a new video goes live so you don't miss a thing. Come hang out with me on Instagram at Allison Carter Celebrates. Join the party. See all my behind the scenes shenanigans and the day ins and outs of running a business, juggling these two kids who are now 8 and 5, crazy town. And you just get a little more sneak peek into the life that I lead. So I'll see you next time. Happy 5th birthday to Allison Carter Celebrates. Yes! Hot damn! Here's to 5 more years of fun. Cannot wait.